I get tons of messages on Instagram, especially from people who aren't quite yet selling on Amazon, but they're wanting to know a little bit more about the process and how to get started. One of the biggest questions that I'm asked almost every single day is how much money does it really take to start selling on Amazon? So today I wanted to make this video to walk people through exactly what the expectation is that they're going to need to invest in order to get their own Amazon store up and running. If you also ever have any questions for me, Instagram is definitely a fast way to reach me, and you can find me on there at Cassandra Barney FBA.
Hi, I'm Cassandra Barney with ProfitGuru. I'm a teacher, mother of 3, and Amazon FBA seller. Here at ProfitGuru, we're dedicated to trying strategies out and continually improving our own software to help other Amazon sellers just like you.
All right, so if you're ready to know exactly what you're going to need to invest to start selling on Amazon, let's go through it now. So by the end of the video, you'll have a really good estimate of how much exactly you're going to need to invest. Now, I'll start out by assuming that you probably already have a laptop and you probably already have a regular printer. Now, those are 2 basic things that I would say most people have, but if you don't have those already, then you're going to need a laptop and a printer. The reason why you'll need a printer is because you're going to have to print out the packaging slips that go on the boxes in order to send them to the warehouses. Every single item that you list into your Amazon store, you're going to have to put a unique FN SKU on that item so that Amazon knows to identify it to you. So that's why I would say the first big investment you're going to want to get is a thermal label printer. Now, I know a lot of people start out and they just use their regular printer to print all of these FN SKUs, but it's not as realistic really if you're going to be selling a large volume of things. A thermal printer is going to save you so much in the long run by not needing ink. So this one right here is the Dymo Label Writer 550, and this was only $99.99. So it kind of seems like a lot of money, but it definitely is a great investment. They have other brands that are even more expensive, but I decided to try this one out and I've literally had 0 problems with it. So right there's your first investment of about $100 to get started. Now, if you're printing labels, then you're obviously going to need labels. So the second thing you're going to need to invest in is some labels for your label printer. This one here is actually a generic brand. If you get a Dymo, you're going to see in the description that they say to only use Dymo brand with their printers. Otherwise, something bad could happen. It might not print right. So I used to just get the Dymo brand, and for 1,000 stickers, it costs $30. So I decided to try it out. This one is a generic one, but it says that it's compatible with Dymo, and this was so much cheaper. So I guess that would be your personal call there. If you want to get 1,000 labels that are Dymo, you're going to pay $30. If you want to try the knockoff, which I personally have never had a problem with yet, knock on wood, these are about $10. I also want to mention that if you want the convenience of everything that you need to purchase just in one place, I will go ahead and link everything that I'm telling you right now that I personally bought to get my store started right in the description below. I do use Amazon to order all of my business supplies. So the next thing that you're going to need is some poly bags. They have clear ones and they also have these white ones that are larger. And these ones are envelope mailers. So the reason why you're going to need these is because if you have anything that's a set, you're going to have to keep those items together. So by putting them in the poly bag, then the warehouse knows to keep these things together. There's also one more thing you'll have to put on the bag, and we'll get to that next. So I purchased 100 of these larger white ones for bigger items, and that cost me $19. Then I also purchased a variety size, so I had some smaller ones, and then all the way up to about this size. There were 400 in there, 100 of each size, and those cost $25.99. Now I talked about using poly bags for things that are sets. Well, if you don't put this little sticker on the outside of the bag that says, this is a set, do not separate, the warehouse won't know that they're supposed to keep those things together, and then they'll open up the bags. So you'll definitely have to purchase some stickers like this. And for 1,000 of these, I only paid $5.99. Now this next one, I wouldn't say is necessarily completely needed, but I will say that I definitely recommend it. And that is a wireless barcode scanner. Now, you can definitely go without having one of these. You could just find the ASIN for each product and then put it in manually like that. But this is going to save you about at least a minute per item that you're inputting into Amazon. So if you really think about how many items you'll have over time. This is going to save you literally hours in the long run. And this was only $17.99. Now this next item will be quite necessary, especially if you plan on selling arbitrage. So if you're going to be buying items from the stores that have stickers on them, you're not going to want to leave those stickers on. First off, it looks really tacky if somebody orders something on Amazon for $20 and then they get the sticker and they see that the person that they just bought this from only paid $5 for it. That doesn't look good. It doesn't settle right with people. So you always want to take the stickers off from the store. But the problem is it leaves that residue. So Goo Gone is going to be one of your very best friends when you are an arbitrage seller. I will say though that this is kind of hard to get off of the package itself. So a tiny bit goes a very long way. Definitely use this sparingly, and then you will also need to wet and wipe down the area that you use this on so that it doesn't leave it being all greasy feeling. This tiny little bottle, it will last forever, and this is only $5. Now, you might decide to sell things that you want to sell together as sets and keep them together, but they might be too large to fit inside of your poly bags. And for that move, you're going to need some of this. It's basically like plastic wrap, but they call it stretch wrap. So for all of this, it's super large. This costs $20 and it's going to last you a long time. What you'll do is you'll stack the items that are large together and then you will wrap them in this wrap. Make sure that they're nice and stuck together so they're not going to come apart, and then you'll put one of those do not separate stickers on the top with the FN SKU. On to the next product that is going to be necessary, and that is going to be some bubble wrap. If you have anything that's fragile and you think that it might break, you have to try and give it the drop test. So that's what Amazon says. If you can stand up and drop it on the floor and it's going to break, then you need to secure it with some bubble wrap. Now I got 700 feet of bubble wrap. They are huge and I paid $40 for that. But you don't have to start out that big. You can get about 35 feet. That'll cost you $8. Next is packaging tape. I can definitely say that I underestimated how much packaging tape that I actually use. So a 6-pack I get for $13.50 on Amazon. You are going to use quite a bit of packaging tape. Sometimes I even like to tape on my FN SKUs to my products if I think they might fall off, because if they do fall off and they get to the warehouse, then those items won't be processed in. They'll say that they're missing their SKU. So sometimes you might want to tape them on if it's questionable, and you're also going to want to tape your box a ton to make sure that it doesn't open in transit. It seems like a lot of items, but we're getting down there. We're almost done with the items that you're definitely going to need to invest in order to start your Amazon business. The next one is a tape measure. And you probably already have one of these at home, but if you don't, you could probably pick one up for less than $10 at a hardware store. And that's because you're going to have to put in the dimensions for your boxes when you're inputting that into Amazon. Speaking of boxes, you're also going to need to get boxes to put the inventory into. So you can expect to pay between $1 to $2 per box depending on where you're getting them from. You can get them from Walmart. They're less than $2 there, but I will say that the quality isn't quite as good as getting them from, say, Home Depot, where you will be paying a little bit more. However, I really don't have to worry about buying boxes because I do so much online arbitrage. So if you plan on doing online arbitrage, the things show up already with the box, so that's going to save you a couple dollars right there. Speaking of the box, once you put your items in, you're not going to want to have extra space because things will be jumping around and things could get broken. So you're going to want some of these pillow packs. This is going to fill all that void space in the box and keep your products safe. So for a large quantity of these pillow packs, I paid $16. And last but not least, you have everything prepped, everything's put together, it's wrapped, you have your stickers on it, it's in the box, it's ready to go. Now you have to weigh your box. So you're going to need a digital scale like this. This one is up to 110 pounds, which is more than you need because you can't ship anything that is 50 pounds or over to Amazon. So this scale was $25. So now you would have everything that you would need to get your own Amazon store going. And again, if you just want the quick links, I will put them in the description below for everything that you've seen here. This cost about $275 in products that you are investing. I say investing because you are definitely going to get your money back and quickly, but that depends on how much money you want to spend in inventory. So let's say you decide to go with $50. Your first month in, you're going to invest $50. That means $275 for your supplies, $50 for the actual items that you want to resell. You're going to expect to start up an Amazon business with about $325. That really isn't bad when you consider any other business that you want to start up. There's no way you would be able to start up a business for just over $300. Key is that you're going to want to find items that are going to bring you back like 100% ROI. So if you invest $50 in products and sell those at 100% ROI, that means you're going to get the $50 back that you just invested plus $50 profit on top of it. Then the next month, what you do is you reinvest all of it. So now you're buying $100 worth of products, hopefully with 100% ROI. And then that month, now you're scaling. You're going to get your $100 back that you invested plus $100 on top of it. Take both of those, $200, go get $200 worth of products with 100% ROI, and you just keep doing it. Rinse, wash, repeat over and over until you get as big as you want to be. So that's what you really want to keep in mind. If you don't have a ton of money to invest, you're going to want to make sure that the products that you are investing in are products that have really good ranks, they're going to sell fast and not just sit on the shelves, and that you're getting a really good return on your investment. Always aim to get at least 100% return. I hope this was helpful for you, and that if you are just getting going on your Amazon journey, that this has made it easy for you to see exactly what you're going to need and exactly how much money you're going to have to invest to get going. I can't wait to hear about your journey too. If you're just getting started, let me know which stage you're at right now and how you are doing with your business. I love chatting with other Amazon sellers. So I will see you guys in the next video right here on Profit Guru. Bye.